I don't usually stream, but I thought I would try to get into it. I don't really have anything specific I want to talk about today. I really just going over everything that's going on in the NBA right now, the WNBA, the draft that's coming up. I mean, there's just so much going on, and then you have the finals right now, and then the WNBA finals will be right around the corner before you know it. So yeah, we can just kind of. I'm just gonna kind of just do some random things. Like I said, this is really kind of my first stream. I'm sure I'll look back on this and cringe a little bit. What did I want to look at first? Oh yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about Own the Moment. So if you remember, or if you've been following me for a little bit, you probably remember me doing Moment Ranks, and Moment Ranks was huge, absolutely huge. I remember when it first started, and we had a Discord channel for the Board to Buckets crew. So we had a channel in there for Moment Ranks, and we would talk in there every single day, giving each other rundowns and really just discussing what you're going to do with your lineup today. I mean, there's just such a variety day to day when it comes to doing lineups, and when it comes to picking 5 guys out of maybe 12 teams. Usually that's the maybe 12 to 14 games is going to be the most in one day, but realistically you're looking at choosing 5 guys between 7 to 10 games most nights. So yeah, it was really fun, challenging at first. Really didn't quite know what I was doing, and then I think we all just kind of got the hang of it, and we all just helped each other out. So, and we all made each other winners, and we all helped each other win some money. So that's always great. Of course, mine would just go back in a Top Shot. I never cashed it, although there was that one time when I came in first. I thought about cashing it, but then I'm like, nope. I think with that, I think I bought the Joel Embiid lock. I think I had bought several moments, but I'm pretty sure I bought the Joel Embiid block with that first place prize. It just doesn't get better than that. It's a beautiful thing. He needs to get. I don't think he was that lean this year. He was not that lean this year. He seemed quite heavier this year, and I'm sure obviously with the knee injury he probably gained some weight during that. But God, if he could just drop even just 20 pounds, that would help him out so much. It would make him faster, and it would help his knees. Good Lord, his knees. But anyways, I'm not a doctor. What do I know? All right, so when you go to Own the Moment, Moment Ranks, I don't think you can go to their website anymore. Yeah, no, you can't. This still makes me sad. I'm sick thinking about it. But Own the Moments, or it's Own the Moment NFT.com, but I call it Own the Moment. Or if you play any of the fantasy, you're probably going to call it Hoops. But I guess Own the Moment's just kind of just stuck with me. So I've always just called it Own the Moment. So if you ever hear me say I'm doing Own the Moment, obviously you can see there's a lot going on up here, but I'm more than likely talking about hoops. I'm probably going to be doing hoops. So you're going to press lobby, and obviously you're going to want to make sure you are that you're signed in. I'm not full screen. I need to go full screen. You want to make sure you're signed in. And then when you get to this page, what is this? Head-to-head bracket, 64-person elimination bracket. I'm not eligible. I haven't been doing On the Moment in the past few weeks. When they Wnba. So they had stopped doing the free ones just for a little bit, and then they started doing it again. But I got so busy with life that it didn't really matter. I didn't have any time to do this. So it looks like we can join. So we're going to do that. So how I usually decide is, I mean, I switch back and forth. Now, it's not going to be too hard to decide because it's one game. Usually you're deciding between, like I said, 7 to 10, at most 12 to 14 games a night. But there's one game, so that's clear cut. But you do have to kind of choose an outlier because someone's going to pop off on a team that is not normally going to do that, I guess, or be very significant during the regular season. Like, say you had 7 games in one night and you decided to put in Sam Hauser. Is it Hauser? I'm from the South, so I'm probably fucking that up. But yeah, or let's do Peyton Pritchard. I think I would actually play Peyton Pritchard over Sam Hauser. Well, it depends. Peyton for assists, Sam for threes. But Peyton can shoot threes too, but he is a pass first kind of guy. You gotta love that about him. But yeah, it wouldn't make sense to play him in a 7 to 10 game slate night, but playing him could be potentially okay. I mean, I probably wouldn't do him for this series, but actually I'd probably choose Sam over Peyton for this series, but really clear who we're going to pick here. So Luka had 1 assist last game. I don't expect he'll have 1 assist ever again in his life. So they played really good defense. You know, Luka's not playing very good defense right now. He could step it up. I'm probably going to stay away from the steal. I'm probably going to go assist and play it safe. I do think he'll have 7 or more assists. I'm hoping he has like 10, 11. But the 3 is so tempting. Let's see how many threes he has shot. This is also something I do. I do this for, sorry, there's a gnat in here. I'm just like, fuck, it's on the wall. I do this for about pretty much every, I do this for every person or any person I'm even thinking about playing. I look at their statistics. Why it takes me forever. It's a little tedious, but it helps me in some way. I know some people are saying that's pass can tell you a lot. Pass can, like, it helped me one night where Zach LaVine, he was pretty much on a dry spell from the 3-point line, and he was playing, I can't remember what team it was that night, but he was playing against a team that he usually shoots just lights out from the 3-point range. And nobody else was going to play him because, you know, he had been on a dry spell. And I'm like, I don't know. I think we should play him. And some people were like, no, let's not play him. And I played him that night. And I think he had like 8 or 9 threes. It was things like that. The pass can kind of show you what a player will do, but basketball is it can be very unpredictable. So you never know. Like, I don't think any of us saw the Mavs getting pretty much blown out the other night. I mean, they had some moments where they were catching up, but Boston and the 3-pointer is just It's just too good. You can't really stop that. And you're not going to stop KP from shooting the three. I mean, that's a 7-footer shooting a three, and he can shoot it well beyond the 3-point line. I mean, at the logo if he wanted to. But anyways. So Luka shot 12 threes, went 4 for 12. Had a 33.3 3-point percent last game. I mean, he's going to shoot a lot of threes. It makes me want to play his 3-pointer. You know what? I'll go 3-pointer. I know I'm changing my mind. I do this all the time. I'm going to go 3-pointer just because of the amount of threes he is taking in these playoff series. I mean, look at that. I mean, really, the only one he didn't really do that with was OKC. But OKC, I just thought, you know, every game was really close with them. Pretty much how it was with Minnesota. I mean, Minnesota, actually OKC, I think, was definitely the better matchup for the Mavs. I honestly think the Minnesota Timberwolves could have had a chance if maybe they would have done something differently with Rudy, with Nas, with Kyle Anderson. But I think that's something that you're home. That's something that the front office and the team's going to have to figure out this off season, because it's clear that they need another big. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what they need. I look at their team and I see that they have everything, but I do think it might be time to part with some of their bench guys. I don't know if they have a draft pick this year. Let's see if they do. They have the number 27th pick in the first round. They have the 37th pick in the second round. I think that's it. That's all I see. I could very well see them trading. I don't know. I mean, Mike Conley's getting old. He's going to need a different point guard at some point, and Alexander Walker's he's just not going to, he can't be a long-term fix. It would definitely be a short-term, because he struggled against the Mavericks. Whenever he did bring the ball down, he kind of struggled. He's a little bit better off the ball, I think, in my opinion. Better spot-up shooter. I don't think he can control it at times, but it's not very consistent. Now, in the regular season, it was okay. But like I said, short-term fix, not a long-term fix. So Minnesota could trade their first-round pick, but I don't see them trading their first-round pick. I think they'll keep all of their picks this year. And who knows? We'll see what they do. I don't know their cap space, what it looks like right now. I mean, I think they could sign another, I wouldn't say another star, but maybe just a really good role player. I think somebody needs to get Jeremy Grant out of Portland. That's somebody, that's a guy. When he's healthy, he's a great defensive player. When he's healthy, he's a top 10 defensive player, in my opinion. But that's when he's healthy and when he's on the floor, when he's available. I've always loved his defensive game. He can shoot really well from the mid-range, from the 3-point line. He can hoop in the paint. I mean, he just has to be healthy, and we have to get him out of Portland. I don't know who wants him. Anybody could be happy with them. All right. But we were doing something. We were making a lineup. I get sidetracked. So we'll go Luka 3-pointer. We're going to do Tatum block because The defense has been amazing. Kyrie. I don't really have anything good for Kyrie. Unless he has a cheap 3-point moment that I don't know about. I have not really been on predict the playoffs. I have not really been on Top Shot. And mainly because my main focus and my main goal, like I have finally figured out what I want out of Top Shot, and that is really to use it to collect, to honestly just buy packs, open packs, and to use it for fantasies. Fantasies. Like I got better. No, to use it for stuff like on the moment. Like fantasy basketball. That's what you can call this. It's hard for me to say this. I mean, it is fantasy basketball, but it seems more real to me most of the time. But let's see if Kyrie has a cheap 3-point moment. I doubt he does. We'll just do high to low. Just get the... Okay, so he has a legendary 3-point moment. He has another legendary 3-point moment. Another legendary 3-point moment. A rare. It's 86. I know it would affect the market if they came out with a cheap Kyrie Irving 3-point moment, but maybe if they just made a small amount, maybe only 1,000. No, maybe 5,000. I think that would be okay, but I don't know. It definitely would affect the market if they came out with the cheap Kyrie 3-pointer. So I don't really have anything good for him. He didn't score. I can't even remember what he had last game. It wasn't good. He had 12 points. I imagine he will have more. He did have 2 steals. He has been consistent with his steals, so I think we're just going to go steal. This seems like the safest option. All right, and I think we can just really get fun with it at the end. KP's back. I'm definitely going to go block because it's a rare moment. If you have a rare moment, for these series, definitely use it because it gets you extra points. And that's a really cool thing about this. Same thing how moment ranks were. But moment ranks also had it to where if you had a fandom moment as well, I can't remember if they still did that towards the end, but I think they did. A fandom or rare, you would get extra points. Obviously, rare was more than the fandom, but you would get extra points. So same thing with this, but you only get to choose one rare. But I think that's a smart thing because it kind of puts a handicap on the lineup. So nobody can have, you can only use one rare. Most people on Top Shot, I would say probably at least have one rare. So that's a pretty fairly evened up match, in my opinion. Now, there's going to be people that are still going to be able to use, say, that legendary. Say they have that legendary Kyrie 3-pointer, right? They're still going to be able to use that, but they're not going to be able to get the benefits of the extra points because it's only going to implement the one rare. But you could still use the other rares. It's just not going to give you extra points. Daniel Gafford block. Okay. I'm honestly willing to get cute with all of this. I could get cute with the Drew Holiday block. Oh, Derek White block. I mean, I definitely think they're going to be more aggressive for the second game. But it's so, just how do you not choose one of these three guys over these two? I mean, any of these guys could be your best player on another team. I mean, it's just insane. So I have 2 for 2. So really, it doesn't matter, but let's look at Drew Holiday. See, I'm curious about his assist for the past few games. I mean, they share the ball and pass the ball and shoot the ball. It seems very evenly throughout the whole team. I don't think we'll go with Drew Holiday assist, though. We'll look at Derek White block. I typed it in. This is not what I meant to do. Oh my God, look how many blocks he's had the past few games. He didn't have any the last game, but that's because everybody else was eating them up. KP and JT and JB. Like, it's just, but I mean, he did his thing. 15 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. That's a solid game. That's a really solid game from him. But I would like to, I don't know if I'm going to go with block. I think I will go Daniel Gafford block. And then I'm going to put Jaylen Brown on my bench. Just in case. I mean, none of these guys are hurt, so. Sorry, I had a cough. Actually, I don't know. I pressed mute. I don't know if it muted. I guess I'll see when I edit the video. So yeah, that's how you do. That's how you make a lineup on Moment Rank. It's pretty simple. Then after you make that, you can do View Lobby, and it just takes you back to the lobby, and it's going to show you the. You can go to upcoming. It'll show you which lineups and which tournaments you have coming up. And then if you press live is going to show you, well, the live games. Pretty straightforward. So that's on the moment. They have some other stuff on here too. Like, you can look at the market for NBA Top Shot. It seems like you have to pay for that though. Pack Sniper. Yeah, it seems like you have to pay for some other stuff to look at through them, but yep, I pretty much stick to hoops on this website. I'm gonna go ahead and log out of that. NBA Twitter has been crazy lately. People just say the wildest things on there. I'm just like, let's see what Robert Griffin III has to say. Everyone's talking about women's basketball, and that's great. I guess any recognition's good recognition, but Caitlin Clark is a massive reason for the unprecedented jump in viewership of the WNBA this season. Now all the new fans get to see that A'ja Wilson is the best player in the W. She can score at will, rebound, play defense, and doesn't back down from anybody. That's very true. I mean, if you've been watching, I mean, even just the past few years, if you just started watching last year, I think you would clearly understand and know that A'ja Wilson is the best player in the WNBA. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of yeah, there's a lot of ballers, a lot of ballers in the WNBA. So yeah, we're all excited about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and Cameron Brink and Nika Mule and Kate Martin, but we have to. I think it's about staying excited. I mean, it's about it's. I don't know. Like it's like you get excited about these players, but like don't forget the people that have been playing. In my opinion, that a lot of these girls who have just entered in the league in the WNBA have looked up to. Like they've known these players. A lot of them are close to them already. So, it's a competitive sport. You're going to get angry. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of them are just, talking their shit. And then they're going to go hoop. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Why does he look like D'Angelo Russell right there? Oh, that is D'Lo. Oh, I was like, why is he posting? I was like, God, that looks like D'Lo. Is that D'Lo? Yeah, did D'Lo go to Ohio State? Yeah, I typed in D'Lo. They know who I'm talking about over here. See? Ohio State. Let's see one of his highlights. I mean, D'Lo's a great player. Oh, look at that pass. How are you going to miss that layup with that gorgeous pass? You got to be ready. Got to be better. So one thing I've been looking at as well recently is the free agents. There's honestly, in my opinion, some pretty good free agents out there, but nothing that really just is like wow, And then of course you're gonna have guys that none of us are really sure about at the moment. Like we don't know where James Harden will resign. If he will resign with the Clippers, we don't know. If Klay Thompson will re-sign with the Warriors, but we don't know if Paul George will re-sign with the Clippers. But it makes every bit of sense to me for all of those guys to stay where they are. I mean, why would they leave? What is their incentive to leave? And I guess you could say the incentive would be to win a championship. Paul George could go to the 76ers, join Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. I mean, and he would have some of his old teammates there as well on the bench, unless they decide to kind of clear room and make some cap room. I'm not exactly sure how that would work, but I do know it would be interesting. Would it be enough? I think so. I think Paul George, he hasn't really played with anyone, in my opinion, like Tyrese, and he's never played with anyone like Joel Embiid. So I think that it would be really a really good change up for him. But I don't think that's going to happen. But I hope I'm wrong. And I hate to say that because I am a Clippers fan and I'm a huge Paul George fan. But I would love to see Paul George win a championship. And I just don't know if the Clippers can win a championship with this group that they have right now. And I hate to say that too, because you have Kawhi Leonard, you have James Harden, Westbrook, and Paul George. But they're getting older. They can't stay healthy when it comes to the playoffs, mainly Kawhi. And it's that's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, but doesn't mean it can't be done. And I hope it can be done. I do think PG and James, I think everybody's staying in LA. I think Klay will stay with the Warriors, but If I were him, I don't know. He's been at the Warriors for so long. It seems like a change would be good. I'm not sure what he. I just don't know what the front office would do to help Clay, Steph, and Draymond. Because it's kind of clear that what they have right now, like it's like they need another guy and they need to get bigger. They don't have any length on that team. I mean, they're very small. I mean, you have some length, but Draymond Green can't just be your length. What's that guy's name that plays for them? Jackson. I can't remember his last name. He has like a funny last name. Or it's not funny, I just can never remember it. Jackson Davis. I mean, he's got a lot of length to him, but still, he's only 6'9", okay? And Draymond, he's 6'6". Andrew Wiggins is 6'7". Klay Thompson is 6'6", and Steph Curry's like 6'2". I mean, Chris Paul, I mean, we already know he's 6 foot. Brandon, he's 6'4". 6'4"? He looks a lot shorter than 6'4". I think they gave him an extra inch. I think he's more like 6'3". Jonathan Kuminga, 6'7". I mean, just look how there's no length. I mean, Moses Moody, 6'5". Kevin Mooney. Kevon Looney's only 6'9". I mean, I know that's really tall. I'm saying it like, I'm 5'3", so I just looked it up. Lester, 6'4". I mean, just look how tiny their team is. They 6'10", Dario, but Dario's not going to bring you a championship. And we all saw how I don't have to get into him. If you watch basketball, you know basketball. I don't have to explain him. But a good, solid backup if you need backup, but not your first or second choice. So yeah, they're really small. The Warriors, they are gonna have to get someone with length. I mean, I think this is fine at center. I do. I think this is fine. But I mean, Paul George is like 6'9". When your center is literally as tall as Paul George. And I'm not saying that you have to have a super tall center, but not every center has to be a 7-footer. But your whole entire team is small. So I'm saying this is fine. 6'9", that's fine, but it's everything around. So it's like, who do you get rid of? I mean, I do think you could get rid of Chris Paul. I honestly see no need in keeping Gary Payton II. Everyone's so high on him. I don't see any need to keep him. And then you have to get rid of one of your big guns. I mean, either Andrew or Clay, if you're trying to get some length on the floor, or I don't know. I don't know what you do in that situation. I just know one thing, and that you add length. I don't know what you have to do, where you have to go. But you have to add length if you're the Warriors. And I'm sure they're highly aware of that. They don't need me, my small ass over here, saying any of that. But it's very obvious that they need length. That really hurt them. And with where the NBA is going nowadays, 10 years ago, that's great. But nowadays, it's like you have to have length on that floor to win. I mean, if you look at the two teams that are in the finals right now, you have PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford. Those are really huge guys. Luka's a huge guy. Kyrie's small. But you have other guys like Maxey and Tim Hardaway Jr. and I'm sure I'm missing some people off the top of my head. Oh yeah, Daniel Jones Jr. He's a very lengthy guy, very long wingspan. But it's just like you have to have length. And then look at the Celtics. I mean, the Celtics, in my opinion, are the best example of length at every position. And we can just kind of look at their depth chart really quick. I mean, it's just a wonderful, wonderful starting five. Drew Holiday, he's 6'4". That's your point guard. Derek White, he's 6'4". That's your shooting guard. Jaylen Brown, he's your shooting forward. We're getting taller now. Okay, he's 6'6". I know height isn't really... So I know some people are like, well, height doesn't matter. I'm like, but this, if you want to build a beautiful starting five, I think for any organization, length is important, and length at the right position is very important. Tatum, 6'8". I would have thought Tatum was more like 6'9", 6'10". He plays big. He's got broad shoulders. I mean, the dude is just, he's a big guy. And then you have KP at 7'2". I mean, it's a beautiful starting five, and it's great length at every position. I think you are good at, 6'2" is fine at the point guard position, but in my opinion, I've always liked a 6'3" or 6'4" point guard. I mean, Drew Holiday's a champion. I mean, you see how he moves the ball. I've always just really appreciated and enjoyed watching players that have so much length, but I don't think I have to really go into it. Now you have Peyton Pritchard at 6'1". He's a great backup, and he's really fast too. Sam Hauser, he's 6'7". That's a lot of length still. Al Horford, 6'9". I mean, that's your backup center right there. O'Shea Brissett, 6'7", length. Luke Cornett, 7'1", length. Jaden Springer, 6'4". Xavier Tillman, length, 6'7". JD Davison, don't know when we'll see him play. 6'1". But he could be good. I think he needs to learn a lot from Drew Holiday, but I'm not exactly sure what their plans are for him. 6'7". I mean, you see that there's a lot of length on that team. I just think it's important if you're trying to win a championship. So in my opinion, that's what the Warriors have to do. The Clippers, just one more year. I just have to get through one more year. One more year. And then we'll clean house, and then we'll start over. I think that's a smart decision. Is it Frank? Is it Lawrence Frank or Frank Lawrence? Lawrence or Frank? Yeah, Lawrence. If you ever see this, I'm gonna work for the NBA one day. I'm gonna make sure that we get the right guys. Don't worry, I got us. We could have Anthony Edwards one day. Bring him to LA. That's my hope. I never told anyone that, so it's a secret hope. I kind of hope Anthony Edwards ends up on my team one day, but that is a huge hope. But God, please, Lawrence, do not re-sign Paul George. I mean, Chris Paul. Too many Pauls. Do not re-sign Chris Paul. I don't think you will. We don't need any more old guys. I prefer us to go younger. I would love for us to try to get not a very young, but a younger point guard. I'd love to have Cade Cunningham on our team one day. That would be a huge upgrade, I think, in the point guard position after James. After James, of course, because no way in hell do I think Cade Cunningham is better than James Harden in the point guard position. But, James is getting old. So at some point he just won't be in his prime. So I mean, it looks like everybody's got Zachariah. I think I'm saying that right. Zachary. I need to probably look that up. Oh no. Somebody's looked this up. You don't have like a thing I could like listen to? Oh. Zachary. Okay, it's Zachary. Wow. 6'8", 204, 19. God, 6'8", 204, and he's a shooting guard, shooting forward. I can see why he is. I didn't know that was his position. I mean, Harrison Barnes. Wow. I'm not like huge. I don't really sit here and I'm like, this person's going to be drafted by this team. I know it. I kind of like to be surprised. I do go over mock drafts because I'm curious. I want to see, if it kind of hits on the spot, like if a lot of these people are right, but I do it more so just to see the talent that people are valuing these guys at. Because I watch so much basketball, and I watch more NBA now than I do college. So I do sometimes overlook some guys. Ron Holland's supposed to be someone that the Memphis Grizzlies might target. I mean, hell, they've had G Leaguers playing on their team for like whole season. This is still someone I'm not sold on, and I feel like I'm the only one. But I want to be proven wrong. I just want to see what he can do in the NBA. He's just a little small. He needs, I think, 6'1", 164. He's got to put on some, I think he's got to get in the weight room, put on some pounds. If he could add like an extra 10, 15 pounds to just bulk up a little bit. Wow, 6'1". I mean, Utah could use a solid point guard. I don't think he'll ever be I don't know. Just like I said, I'm not. It's his size for me, honestly. And guys like his size, I really kind of wait to see how they do in the NBA, how that translates. Because it hasn't faced some guys. Like some guys like Jalen Brunson, baller, hooper. He tore his ACL. I don't think the Chicago Bulls will draft him. I'll be very surprised. They need help, and they need help now. They're not going to draft a hurt player that they can't have help with. He'll go to a team that doesn't really require a lot of help right away, in my opinion. Oh. That's very interesting. Pro comparison, Obi Toppin. Cody Williams. 6'7". Okay. A little bit more. Get a shooter out there. Pro comparison, Jaden McDaniels. Oh, maybe he's not a shooter. But he plays really great defense. It's something that the Sacramento Kings could use. Some guys to play defense. Because they know denying Fox, Keegan, Harrison, Malik Monk. Malik Monk, I don't know if he'll play with the Kings, but there's no denying that all those guys can shoot and shoot very well. But what we can all agree with is that they don't all play defense very well. Keegan Murray plays okay defense. I thought he played better defense in college, but different in the NBA. Harrison and Malik play okay defense. It's just they definitely need defensive help. So, I mean, I don't know much about this kid. I know I watched some of their games, but I'm sure Sacramento will make the right choice. That's another organization I would like to work for one day. I know I'm a big Clippers fan, but I would, if I got a job at Sacramento, I'm going. It just seems like a great fan base and just a great place to be. He's somebody I'm really interested in, Jared McCain. He's interesting to me, I think, just because, any Duke player is going to draw interest, right? But, I think he's a little raw. He's going to get better. He's a guy that's just honestly going to continue to get better. Isaiah Collier. Backup. Yeah. Backup. Tyrese. I don't know. So this draft is not really, I would say, loaded as what next year's draft is going to be. Obviously, a lot of great talent in this draft, but obviously a little different from last year. I don't know. Like I said, I really try not to think about it too much. When it comes to the draft, I enjoy watching it and seeing where all the guys go. And I enjoy the trades, like the in-draft trades. I like to see if somebody's moving up in the draft or anything like that. So I kind of just I look at it and then I don't. See what's going on. Never knew that about Peyton Pritchard. Well, oh, I do have a pack that we can open. Oh, I'm already logged in. It's okay. I do have a pack. I don't even remember what this pack is from. So, oh, it's from a fast break win. And then we can make a fast break lineup as well. Then I'll probably end the stream. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and open it. Yeah, we're not going to do the music. It's too loud. Ooh, Lindy Waters, the third. Okay. Nice, nice. Oh, is it just one moment? Okay. It was just one moment. But a Top Shot debut moment. It's not terrible. We'll make our fast break lineup. Only 3 guys. I do wish we could reuse guys without having to have a rare of them. Yeah. We'll go Luca. We'll go Tatum. And then we will go Drew Holiday. I do think you'll have quite a few assists, but yeah, this seems safe. Look at Luca's smile. He's goofy. 67 cents. I'm rich. No one talk to me. I'm rich. I'm too good. Too good for poor people. I'm rich. 67 cents. I obviously haven't been winning shit. This is just a list of some of the free agents. I mean, I know I said earlier there's some good free agents, but there's nothing really shiny besides OG. And he could stay in New York. But he might leave. It's a lot of role players that we have, in my opinion. Apparently, the Clippers may be looking at him. Yes, we need to get rid of Brandon Boston Jr. I don't think we will keep him. I do think we will trade him, but then again, I'm not sure. Our front office likes to trick people into thinking they're going to do the right thing. And it's not like they do the wrong thing. They just do things that are confusing. And that seemed to make things just a little bit more difficult. And it creates adversity. But I guess that's life. Oh my God. What the heck? Oh no. Yeah, I bet you had to have a ladder on site. I don't get the hate that Doris gets. I just don't get it. This is a great crew. What's wrong? We still got Mike Breen. I don't get it. And you can still see them on TV, people. Okay. Do you want to eat the same food every day? Do you want to eat pizza every single day of your life? No. Just like we don't want the same commentators every single finals. I mean, come on. Well, it gets a little redundant after that. And for me, it's not really even about a women in power thing. It's just like, I like Doris. I like her excitement and her passion for the game. I think she's hilarious, and I think she tries not to take anything too seriously, and she just calls the game how she sees it. And I don't think there's anything better than that. So, and I don't also think she tries to make it all about women in sports either. She's definitely a face for women in sports and broadcasting and journalism, but I think she's just a hard worker, and she's gotten to where she is today from working hard. That's how people get to where they are. They work hard. Now, yes, we all know those people that have gotten to where they are because maybe they know someone, or maybe it's their father or mother that's the head of something. But whatever it is, Doris is a hard worker. She's always been a hard worker, and I think that we should praise her for that and just enjoy the game. I mean, are you just pop on the TV to hate on Doris? Are you there to watch them back? Like Kyrie was supposed to be getting all the hate right now. I'm confused. Nah, nobody should be getting hate. Nobody. It's a beautiful game, the most beautiful, sport in the world. So it's just all about enjoying it. But people are going to talk trash, and that's okay. You just watch it. You just watch it and you move on. I think I might play a game later. Maybe stream a game. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get off. This is really just a tester for my stream starting out. I'm hoping that I get better with each stream. Maybe bring other people on to talk. Maybe have more of an idea of what I want to talk about. But I think a lot of times I might just get on here and just talk. I mean, I could talk to a wall. I feel like I've been talking to a wall. I'll probably edit this part out. But yeah, actually, I know I won't edit that part out. You guys can see the real me, the weird real me. But yeah, I'll be on again. I'll post another video at some point. Really just testing this one out. And this may not even get posted, or I may just do like snippets of this one just to kind of test it. But yeah, but I will end there. You guys have a wonderful night.